When you were growing up, I heard Bruce Lee was a hero to you because he's someone who you could look at and look like you. Is it analogous for me as a kid watching Sandy Koufax pitch?
If it is analogous, I think, yeah, when you see someone who looks like you, who's not even just achieving great things, but just being seen and visible to, when we see ourselves on screen, then it feels like we're visible in society as well. I think that's very important. And Bruce, along with the many other not just Asian Americans, but people of color that have kind of inspired me and made me feel like I belong in America.
Well, he was a fighter, but he had to fight more than physically. He had to fight mentally with all these different obstacles. You talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand what it was like to be an Asian American in the 1960s, right? I mean, it's hard enough with the Vietnam War happening at that time, World War II, the Korean War. So very much the idea and the image of the enemy sometimes was an Asian face, and for Bruce Lee to persevere and he really fought for what he achieved. It wasn't an easy battle for him.
What was the straw that made him go back?
Back to Hong Kong?
Yes.
Well, I think it was because he had felt almost rejected by Hollywood. Green Hornet hadn't been renewed, and he knew of his kind of presence and success in Hong Kong, and he wanted to go back and give it a shot, over there.
What kind of archival footage did you come up with that surprised you?
That surprised me. Okay, let me think about that.
Bao knows it all pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've definitely got our favorite bits.
I think like going through his childhood films is really amazing, and being able to hear his voice. A lot of the films that he made in the later stages of his life in Hong Kong are dubbed, so it's not actually his voice. I think it's important for when you're on screen too to literally have your voice heard, and it was nice to kind of see how he grew up and his mannerisms when he was a child, and you can how shaped who he was exactly.
What about the interview? There's interviews with him as well. What did he reveal?
So I suppose he revealed a lot of his philosophies. He revealed that, in everyday life, he kind of lives under his philosophies. He revealed that he understood a great deal about how the entertainment business operated. He wasn't naive to the fact that he knew that it would be a kind of, I don't want to say the word hard sell, but he knew that Hollywood wouldn't come easily. So, the interviews reveal someone very charismatic, someone very passionate about what they do, and someone that was in the real world.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Hollywood today versus Hollywood of 1970. Has it really changed yet?
I mean, there's definitely progress that's been made, but still more needs to happen. I think there's been great initiatives by people like Sundance Institute and that have supported my project in the past, and we need viewers to watch different types of films too. It's not just creating content that's diverse and representative of America, but it's also making sure that people fill those seats and audiences watch stories that are diverse and representative of what America is all about.
Butterflies right now?
Definitely.
Yeah, I know. I think it would be.
Only a real handful of people have seen this film, so for us, it's good butterflies. We're really excited to share it with everyone, and
We need to ask you about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and is that an accurate portrayal or not?
I mean, for us, accuracy is a very specific term. I think that was Quentin Tarantino's version of Bruce Lee, and it was short scene. I think our film hopefully paints a more wholer picture of who Bruce was as a person, and again his struggles, his vulnerabilities, his fears, and we talked to people who actually knew him, and that was one of the main things that I wanted to do from the start of the film.